Yo, what's the crack, boys? A new theme of the offseason, also you got the classic Ben Simmons jumper, all this shit. Brand new one is Zion being in shape. It feels different this time though, I can't lie. New Orleans Pelicans, definitely one of the better teams last season. Zion gets injured, they fall off a cliff. Make the playing game, lose in the playing game, or they won, I forgot. All it matters is that Zion is healthy and they're literally the best team in the league. And Zion looks to be in the best shape of his life. So obviously Zion's had a big injury history in his career. I don't think he's ever played 50 games in one season before. Obviously 2021, when it was a shortened season, he played his most games of his career. Made the All-Star team. His first season averaged like 27. He's got a insane career average. Last season, the Pelicans, it was shown that Zion is his number one pick caliber. This Hall of Fame level talent, elevating his team. We all remember that Phoenix game where he dunked the ball at the end of the game. New Orleans was just incredible. Also got a great team. Zion, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, who's a great veteran for them, great at the point guard. Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Jose Alvarado. Their coaching staff is incredible as well. They were a top team in the West, arguably the NBA, for a reason. Obviously, on both sides of the ball as well, they're absolutely great. But obviously, it's just Zion's health concerns. It feels like he is holding them back, but at the same time, he is their key to win a championship. Zion hasn't played since January 1st, obviously against the Sixers. He did have that injury basically at the start of the game. He's been out ever since, and the Pelicans just fell off when they were kind of at the top of the NBA world. Zion, obviously, it's the fat jokes, the eating jokes. This guy is notorious for not being in shape, and it does hurt. Like, this guy's rookie year, there was photos of him going around and being out of shape. And like we said, it definitely is affecting his career. It is definitely affecting the Pelicans. People have been talking about trading him. Now, this season is definitely most important for him to actually prove himself. If he's just injured again, then the talks of him getting traded, it's going to be the loudest they've ever been. Obviously, he's still young. Was only drafted in 2019. But like I said, if he gets injured again, misses times, I think the Pelicans have no choice but to trade him. Maybe you can go for one more year, maybe. But at the same time, this Pelicans team, all they're missing is that number one guy. Zion is that number one guy. Such a dominant player, interior force. Like, his finishing is elite. Nobody can guard him inside the paint or even in the outside that area. Obviously, three-pointer, it's kind of, you'd leave him open. But at the same time, the Pelicans have such a greatly constructed roster. Brandon Ingram as a number two is solid. Obviously, for him in Team USA, he's playing absolutely terrible. Still only 25 or 26 years of age. So you still, you just need that one guy. You need that one guy. And if Zion can't be reliable, I think you trade him. Possibly by deadline, who knows. Obviously, in the NBA, there's always a star that wants out. There's always someone to be traded for. But a number one guy, it's going to be tough. But my personal expectations for Zion this season, being the best of his life, career year, out of the 82 games, hopefully he plays at least 65. That's what you'd hope for. AD proven last year, AD, this is probably one of his most healthiest seasons as a Laker. Hopefully Zion can replicate that. Pelicans are a top 4 team in the West, top 3. They make a title push, make the conference finals, bare minimum make the second round. Zion gets MVP buzz, and the Pelicans prove themselves as one of the best constructed teams in the league, one of the most well-rounded teams in the whole league. And Zion gets that MVP buzz, has the career numbers, and the Pelicans are just insane. Like, it'd be wrong to put him out of contention. That's if he's healthy, that's all it is. Like a lot of teams, health is the main judge. The Boston Celtics, if they're healthy, will probably be in the NBA Finals. Probably. Same can be said about the Pelicans. It's all on Zion. Zion's just such an interior force, Hall of Fame level type player. Hall of Fame type level impact. Just can't stay healthy. I believe the team in the West to chase is obviously the Nuggets. The Pelicans are good enough to beat them. In a 7-game series, we'd have to see. But the Pelicans at their best, when Zion's playing, they're a lot better than most of the teams. If the Pelicans went against the Warriors, obviously Steph's going to be hard to guard. Wiggins is a great defender. Draymond's a great defender. It would be hard to beat them. Pelicans would, in my opinion, would have just the edge over them. Obviously, when you have Steph, you should be favourite to win. Over the Lakers, that would be a great series. The Lakers' defense is pretty good, so it'd be hard to beat them. But aside from that, Phoenix, there's a bit of a rivalry there. Phoenix, they have good bench players now. They actually made some good signings. Eric Gordon, example. I think the Pelicans might beat them. That would be a good series to watch. So they can be up there. They'd be their own unique team. I think compared to the Clippers can't really stay healthy. I think they'd beat them. A lot of teams in the West. The West is very competitive. I think they'd beat the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. would be a problem for that offense of New Orleans. Like I said, they're in a very good position. And this is kind of their last year before this core is broken up. Like I said, if Zion is just injured, the talks are just going to go straight for the roof. Zion needs to be traded. Some people will call him a bust. When Zion plays, when he's a top 10 player in the NBA, I don't care. When Zion plays, 9th best player in the league. Crazy. Absolutely unreal. So, Pelicans fans, NBA fans, if you just like Zion, you're going to have to hope. I'm hoping that Zion is healthy. I remember, when he was getting drafted, one of the most hyped prospects ever. So cool to see. And now his career not been disappointing. When he plays, it's good, but injury-wise, it's definitely been quite disappointing. Predictions, though, I think it's the year they do it. It's the year, they make the second round, conference finals. Zion stays healthy, they cement themselves, and, Pelicans like, okay, we can move forward with Zion.